Hello everyone and welcome back. So I know I've been gone for a while, so what I'm going to do is do a quick wrap up of the past 2 months, because yes, I did end up missing 2 months. I am pretty sure I went on a reading slump. And then I'm going to get into my challenge for July. So let's get into it. Alright, so last time you saw me, I was doing the Asian readathon in April. Yes. I did actually complete it, but I didn't finish all the books that I had on my list. So I had on my TBR 4 books. Yes. No. Yes, I had 4 books, sorry. I had 4 books for the Asian readathon and 1 book for the Wicked Spirits book club, and then 1 extra book. I ended up reading the group book. I ended up reading The Prince and the Dressmaker. Absolutely loved it. And I read Princess Jellyfish. It was uber adorable, and it just reminded me of the show. So I got, that nostalgic feeling. I didn't end up finishing. I started, but didn't finish Dragon Pearl, which I was doing as a buddy read. Yeah, I got through chapter 7. It was 7 chapters each day. Next day I didn't want to pick it up again. I was tired, and I just ended up not picking it back up. I didn't DNF it, essentially, because I still want to go back and read it, unlike Red Moon, which I did DNF. So instead, we're just on a break. And I actually created an entirely new shelf in my Goodreads for books that I'm just on a break with. I'll come back to, but we're on a break. I did finish the Anita Blake. I'm like blanking on the name of it. I read that. That was like a 3-star. It was okay. I'm not going to finish the series because I haven't heard good things about the rest of the books, which is a disappointment. And then the last book, The Girl King, that I had, didn't even get to in April. Didn't happen. So May, I started to read The Girl King. It's actually really good. I have been enjoying it so far. But I didn't have any motivation to read. Even though I actually really enjoyed it, I just didn't want to keep picking it up and reading. So unfortunately, that book ended up being another one that I am on break with because it's not actually my book. I have to return it, and I've already renewed it, and I feel like I'm just like hoarding this poor book from other people, so I'm going to give it back and then pick it up later, because I do want to finish it. I don't know, I haven't been wanting to read anything. And I didn't really have a set TBR necessarily for May, because I was having this feeling of something weird's going on. But I did get Little Darlings in a giveaway, and I was like, oh, I'll read that too. I was so excited. I put it on my shelf and I haven't picked it back up. So yeah, I was in a reading slump and a video making slump because I actually did try to do reading vlogs. I got through 2-3 days and didn't read. Started content, never ended up finishing it. So I am very behind on that. And I can only contribute it to 2 things. 1, I got very lazy. And two, I've been stressed out from work, for sure, because I've taken on more work than I ever have before. And, yeah, so that was my April and May. Not really anything fun or exciting, unfortunately. But I heard about this readathon by another YouTuber, and I will be linking her channel below. She created this readathon for July. And the moment I heard it, I immediately started writing my TBR because it is using not only my favorite explicit word, but is using it in the context that is my favorite. And if you guys want to stop here because I'm going to start swearing, that's perfectly fine. Thank you for those that watched. But if you're willing to go with me on this journey about this readathon, then let's roll. So, the readathon that I'm doing in July is the fuckathon. And as I like to think of it, it is the fuck-off-a-thon. My favorite way of saying fuck. And it is basically telling off all these different genres. There's a whole list of prompts. You don't have to do all of them. You can also do combinations, whatever you're comfortable with, and I just love the idea. So let me pull out my bullet journal so I can show you guys what I have for my reading list for the 2019 July Fuckathon. Let's go. So here is my bullet journal for the Fuckathon. And I decided to do a little heart with the crown, just 'cause. So it's during the whole month of July. The live stream is on July 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And so my time, since I'm in Arizona, is 5 p.m. And the group book is Sister Outsider. And the prompts are glorious. So we have Fuck Racism. Read a book that explores race relations. Fuck the Patriarchy. Read a book that challenges the patriarchy norms and behaviors. Fuck Ageism. Read a book that centers a well-rounded older character, a main character, not some side character. Fuck Heteronormity. Read a book that is queer as fuck. Fuck Realism. Read a fantasy book. Then we have Fuck Pollution. Read literature that talks about pollution and climate change. Fuck Abuse. Read a book that focuses on any form of abuse. We have Fuck Classism. Read a book that explores class stratification and the role it plays on the character's life. And then last but not least, we have Fuck Ableism. Read a book with the main character that has a disability. So, on the back, I did my prompts. I tried to limit it to 5 books, because I've been finding that 5 is like my max. The last couple times I've tried reading more, it hasn't been doing so hot. So, I did combine a couple of these. I believe I'm missing one. I think I'm missing Fuck Classism, but if I can find that, I will try to squeeze it in somewhere. But the first one I have for Fuck Racism is Clandestine Relationships by Daryl Davis. I actually have this book in my collection. I got to meet the author. He came to my college and spoke to us. And the reason I haven't read this book yet is because I am afraid I'm going to get too angry about how he is treated, even though I know it ends positively. So I just gotta just read it, because I know it's going to be a very powerful journey, this one. Because if you don't know, Daryl ends up befriending a Klan member, a Ku Klux Klan member, and it's him dealing with the racist views and changing people's minds. It's a very, very powerful story. So, next up, I have Fuck the Patriarchy and Ageism by Murder at the Viscar by Agatha Christie. And this is about an older female PI solving murders. So, yes, please. Then I have Fuck Heteronormity and Abuse in Finding Your Feet by Cass Lennox. And this one is about an ace woman. If you don't know, asexual is the lack of sexual interest, and it does fall under the LGBTQA umbrella. That's what A stands for. That and aromantic. And then abuse is her, it's like a meet cute where she ends up in a dance either group or competition, and her partner is a man who just got out of an abusive relationship, and it's about those two kind of finding themselves and also starting a relationship with one another. So it sounded super cute. I'm hoping it's super cute. Then I have Fuck Realism and Ableism, and for that I have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kermer. Don't know if I'm saying that right. But this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and the main character has cerebral palsy, I believe. And I've been wanting to read this one for a while, so that one fell into perfect category. She gets transported from the real world into this mystical, magical world. And then last but not least, we have Fuck Pollution. And I don't know why, but for some reason, when she said this prompt, I was like, I want to read some poems. So I Googled and found this book. Here, Poems for the Planet by various authors. And it's edited by Elizabeth Coleman. So these 4 books here I have to get from the library because I don't have them. But Clandestine I do have in my collection. So this is my TBR for the Fuckathon. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys now interested in the Fuckathon? Are you going to participate? Have you read any of the books that I'm going to read? And if anyone wants to buddy read, I know I kind of failed the last buddy read that I did, but I do want to try it. Try to succeed at one. So if you do want to buddy read one of the books I have, let me know. And I do plan on doing reading vlogs because I find that those kind of help me keep track of all the thoughts that I have running around in my mind. And I do like that better than sitting down later on thinking about all the bits of the book, because you lose the energy. I feel like you have that sudden emotion after reading a chapter, and when you just spew it all out to the camera, it has more energy and feeling into it than necessarily when it's been weeks later and now you're finally telling your thoughts on it. So I'm going to do some reading vlogs, but I did think that my reading vlogs before were a little repetitive, simply because I always started off by being like, hi everybody, I'm going to be reading this book. I'll read this many pages, hopefully. Cut. Next scene. Hey everybody, I just read this chunk of the book and this is my thoughts. Blah, blah, blah. I feel like I can cut out that first part. I feel like I can just come on instead and just be like, hey, I just read this chunk of the book. These are my thoughts. Maybe what I'll do instead is at the beginning of each week kind of go through, okay, these are my goals. These are my reading goals for the week, and then do check-ins after I've read. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know definitely which style of vlog that you guys like better, because I'm still trying to improve. You know, it's a learning curve. But if you guys have made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I know I kind of took a really impromptu break, but I'm back, and I'm so fired up for this readathon to start making videos again. And I do love you guys. So thank you for watching. And before you guys go, I want you to remember that you are your own brand of beautiful, and never forget that. Love you guys. Bye.